Entrepreneur.com is at the Wonder Factory, the digital design agency is rumored to have one of the coolest office spaces in New York. Its interior design is full of details that are meant to spark creativity and collaboration. Let's learn all about it. Hi, David.
Hi, Tanya. Welcome to the Wonder Factory.
Thanks for having us here. This looks like a fascinating space. Could you just start off with the founder's offices?
Sure. Come my way.
Great.
This is our office, and this is my co-founder, Joe McKemley.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, everybody.
So could you just tell us about, the special design elements of the founder's office?
Why don't you tell us about the Wonder Factory first?
Well, this is actually our 20th anniversary working together, David. We started at Moda Media in 1994. We spent some time at AOL managing the internal creative group there, and we've been 9 years at the Wonder Factory.
Cool. So let me tell you a bit more about the office in general.
Sure.
So, although a lot of people communicate digitally, throughout the day, the coworkers here, one thing that we wanted to do is also have them connected physically. So what we did is through the wood in the office, starting in the co-founder's desk, going right through this wall here, underneath the cushions, down the side of the shelf and onto the floor, this one piece of wood travels across the whole offices, across all the desks in the office, up to the ceiling and down, in order to connect people physically throughout the office, but as well to hopefully get the energy and the creative kind of juices going between each person who's sitting at their desks.
Wow, that's very symbolic. And this wall looks very busy as well.
Yeah, we have video monitors throughout the office, and they're used for two things. One, when clients come here, we like to make them feel at home by putting their brands on them. And more importantly, we like to have the employees the ability to kind of DJ them, and they get to put images and videos on there. Each person gets a different month to inspire the other people around the office.
Great. Well, this shelf looks even busier than that wall. Could you tell me what's going on here?
Sure. This is our character wall. And what we do is when an employee gets hired, whether they're freelance or full-time, we ask them to choose a character that inspires them. And we try our hardest to find them on eBay because some characters don't exist. And it's a great way for the employees to be physically part of the office, as well as for them to kind of teach people about them through the character that they choose. So it's a great way to find out, and a great conversation starter for new people.
Sure, and what's your favorite character on this shelf?
I'd say Darth Vader, because we've got a lot of geeks in this office.
Great. So now you're taking us to a completely different part of the office?
Yeah, for the first couple of years we had this side of the office, and then we expanded in to the other building and connected the two. And this is where most of our creative happens. So we wanted to have a very different look. We wanted it to be much more colorful, bolder, and eclectic.
Well, I definitely see color and boldness here.
Yeah, so this room is our playroom, because play is really important to creativity and brainstorming. A lot of our clients are in the entertainment business and gaming business. It was inspired by Mary Poppins with the umbrellas. We've got a full game system and videos. We also have an R2-D2 bar, a dining room table where people often eat lunch together, and sometimes dinner for working late. But it's a great space for people to kind of collaborate on and kind of have a relaxed kind of get together.
Great, well that stacked bar looks like it's useful for Fridays
Sure.
at 5 o'clock. Well, this looks like it's all about business, this wall. What's going on here?
Yes, this is our crit wall. So very much like art school, this is where we put up all our work. And it's a great way to compare different screens, but it's also a great place for the people who work here to kind of make suggestions and critique the work that's up there, so everyone can get involved in every project.
Great. Meanwhile, this corner makes me feel like I'm in Morocco. What's going on with this corner over here?
So this corner is pretty special to us because this is a representation of the restaurant that me and Joe McKemley went to when we decided to finally start the Wonder Factory 9 years ago. It's also a great space for people to kind of have a more personal, kind of smaller meeting where they can kind of sit back and relax. Their posture would be different. So it's a very different kind of meeting atmosphere than a traditionally bigger conference room is that we have as well.
Great, and it just brings a new wave of different colors as well to this already dynamic room.
Yes, color is stimulation, and we need a lot of that to get the ideas that we did.
Yes, and a ton of artwork as well.
True, this mural on the wall over here was created by one of our graphic designers, and it goes from kind of a Alice in Wonderland to an urban Alice in Wonderland. It took about 4 months to create by hand.
It's really fascinating. So it's a really creative room. But this room coming up looks like it's a whole different story. What do you call this room?
So this we call the hell room. We have padded red walls, a flaming table, some really uncomfortable throne chairs, and we did that on purpose in order to have kind of shorter meetings so that we can kind of spend more time working on projects rather than just talking about them. So it's very important that this room stays to like a 15-minute, 20-minute meeting room.
Okay, purposefully terrifying and uncomfortable.
That's right.
Great. Well, I see that you have a lot of creative elements here, but when it comes to the grand finale, how do you top all these unique rooms? It seems as if each has its own theme, and when you have guests here, how do you give them that final wow?
So the last room I'm going to take you into is our library. Joe is also an entertainer, and this is our 1930s themed library. And it's the only room that you can't book. So it's the only room that people can't book for a conference. And it's a place that people can come and kind of unwind, read, play the piano, of course. And it was inspired by our work with Life magazine. They gave us the photos, and we really wanted a themed room that made you kind of feel like you were going back in time.
Great. Well, it looks like a luxurious place to lounge and wind down as well as brainstorm some more.
Yes. And the books are also really nice. We have books around the industries that we work in, but also ones that have nothing to do with the industry, because inspiration comes from everywhere.
Great. So how do you exit this luxurious?
So in order to get to meetings quicker, we have this secret door that goes back to my office, because being on time is really important. So let's go through there.
And we're back at square one.
Yes, so we're back at our office, and you can share out this way.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, David, for teaching us all about cool startup spaces. Now we know that it's not just about big windows and whiteboards. Thanks to the Wonder Factory, I'm Tanya Klitsch with Entrepreneur.